Hi, this is Alan Freeman, and welcome to the Wellness School. And today we're going to be spending some time on a topic called the 8 Misconceptions in Marketing Your Holistic Practice. And holistic healing professionals often have misconceptions about what marketing is and what works and how do they implement it. And this can be a major problem as these misconceptions hold you back in your marketing and can seriously impair your ability to attract clients effectively. And that can interfere with your ability to focus. It consumes your energy. You second guess yourself, causes you to procrastinate on taking action, and in some ways erodes your self-confidence. And the good news is that it doesn't have to be this way. Once these misconceptions are identified and replaced with accurate information, you can be more energized, focused, optimistic, and the ability to build your practice. And also, once this shift takes place, you start getting much easier and better results in your marketing efforts, and that's when it just gets fun doing business because it's effortless. Now, first misconception: you can build a practice without learning marketing strategies and skills. While some professionals succeed as building a practice without a lot of the experience or training in marketing, it's often because they have a large network already and they have a good referral source. They have a lot of people that like them and trust them, or a few good referrals that rant and rave on the good side about them and consistently send them clients. But for most people, we have a small network when it comes to starting a business or getting a business going to the second level. Because marketing, after all, is largely about building lasting relationships with many people over time. And to do this, we have to know how to go about finding the people to market to and knowing what the best way to deliver our message to them so that we are perceived as having a service that is valuable to them and they want it, need it, and desire it. And we'll also need to know effective methods of staying in touch with them, whether it's phone calls, note cards, letters, personally written letters, email, direct mail, websites, Twitter, a blog, whatever works best for your practice and the direction that you want to take it, as well as for your target audience. Second misconception: if you are a skilled holistic health practitioner, which many of you are, you will automatically be successful at building a practice. There's a difference between being skilled at what you do, whether it's holistic practitioner or surgeon. It's the old bedside manner. You may have great bedside manner, you may be a great practitioner, you may have finished at the top of your class, but if you don't have a good marketing program, you're not going to be that successful. It is possible to be excellent at what you do and never achieve that level of success you want. Your success at fulfilling your practice will depend on many factors that we'll go into. Some of the factors include how strong your desire is to succeed, the extent of your visibility, how much marketing, the kind of marketing you're doing, how effective you are at choosing and implementing your marketing strategies, and we'll go into that a little more in detail. Your persistence and patience, we'll talk about that as well, and how quickly you learn from your mistakes. In other words, how not being stubborn. Having a system in place is also a great key to building that marketing machine. Number 3 misconception: it is only necessary to market your services when you begin your practice. Many people start going gangbusters with marketing and then they stop. When you first start building your practice, it's very likely you're going to do a lot of marketing. You're very excited. You want to get out and tell your story. Then when you start getting patients and people coming in, you have to divide your time being in the office, taking care of clients, to being out in the community or other ways of marketing. And if you spend all of your time in with clients and patients, your marketing suffers. If you spend much of your time marketing, you get them in the door, but then you're not in the door to take care of them once you get them in the door. So it's a fine line to walk. The amount of time that you'll need to spend marketing will depend on your goals. How many clients you want and how quickly do you want to build your practice, and again, the systems that you need to put in place with hired personnel and with other marketing and systems to run your business very effectively. And as your client load increases, you can gradually cut back somewhat on the amount of time you spent marketing, but in that time, you should also be developing a marketing system and a referral system, and we'll talk more about that. We'll also look at, if you set aside time, market on a regular basis, and we're going to spend much more time on this in creating a marketing system. Again, that's so important. Any business today, regardless of what it is, has a system in place for marketing, so they're not reinventing the wheel, and it's happening when they're not physically putting the work into marketing their practice. Fourth misconception: promotional materials should begin by focusing on you and your credentials. How many times have you or some of your colleagues in the healing profession developed materials, and at the very front of the brochure or flyer or website or blog, it immediately starts talking about you and your credentials and what you've done and what you've been published in and how good you are and what other people are saying about you? While potential clients do want to know about you and the credibility is important, they are usually more interested at first to learn if you understand the problem that they have and experiencing, and whether you can help them solve that problem, whether they are the right practitioner, where you are the right practitioner for them. It's like going to any traditional doctor. You want to go to the doctor that says, I have this ailment, this practitioner can solve it, or this practitioner is who I need to go to because they focus more at solving this particular issue. Same thing with legal matters. You go to a particular attorney because they solve particular issues but may not solve other particular issues. So first, your promotional material should focus on what's in it for them because that's what they're looking for. And it should begin by identifying specific problems and the benefits your clients can expect. Always give the benefits before the features, and you'll be more likely to attract their attention so that they continue reading and perhaps even pick up the phone or click on your website or your blog or your email to call you for information or to set an appointment. Fifth misconception: if a marketing strategy gets minimal response, it's best to try something else. Not necessarily. Many healing professionals assume that if all they do when they start marketing a practice is run an ad or send out some letters once to a few referral sources and clients will come pouring in. This doesn't happen. They become discouraged and may assume that the strategy is not an effective one and abandon it with all the effort and the work that they've put into that strategy. It's true that some marketing methods may not work best in a particular season for you, the way you deliver your message. However, there are many things that influence whether a particular strategy will be effective for you and your target market. If you find that you're not getting the results you intended, it may be because you're giving up too soon. Most strategies have to be implemented repeatedly for a period of time, and that period of time is a magical period of time, and I can't tell you what that is. And then it needs to be refined as you gather more feedback from your marketing sources and learn what works, what doesn't work. And successful marketing requires testing and tweaking the method. Don't abandon it altogether, but test it and tweak it so you can judge the results with everything else being the same. Maybe if you're doing an email, how you word the email. Are you giving them an offer, a call to action, which, by the way, should be in every communication, is a call to action rather than just information. And if you give a particular method a fair trial and it's still not working, then it's probably a good idea to seek an alternative strategy. Misconception number 6. You can be all things to all people. You know, the shotgun approach, if I promote my services to everybody, then I'm bound to get some people to come in the door, because I don't want to exclude this group, because then what if nobody comes in? Well, believing that marketing to everyone will increase your chances of getting clients is a huge misconception in any business. This belief often stems from fear that you won't attract enough clients. One of the major problems with trying to market to everyone is that you end up blending in with all the other professionals in your field. You don't stand out. You're not unique. By choosing a distinct target market and a specific niche as your focus, you'll be able to stand out from the crowd. People will seek you out. Potential clients will have an easier time finding you, and it will be easier for you to know where to find them as well. In addition, it's really a lot easier to become known for what you do when you focus this way. Hugely important. Misconception number 7. You can build a successful practice without planning. Many people, where they've gotten started in a practice, they went from a hobby and they want to do it professionally. They say, well, let me just throw a bunch of stuff of activity out on the wall and see what sticks without a plan, and then I'll tweak it as I go. I'll wing it. I'll shoot from the hip. Many healing professionals sometimes attempt to build a practice by dabbling haphazardly with a few marketing methods now and again. The problem with this is that it's difficult to go somewhere if you don't know where you're going. When you don't have a plan or a structure of how you're going to market, you won't know how much time you need to spend marketing or how effective you're being if you have nothing to measure it against. You'll have a difficulty in building and maintaining momentum, and it will be difficult to track your results. Careful planning in any business, especially this business, because there's no cookie cutter way of doing it. Planning can counter a lot of the frustration when you've got a game plan, a business plan, and we have another area that we're going to talk about, and I'm going to offer something to you just on business planning and give you a framework for business planning. The more clear and specific your plan is, the better you'll be able to implement it. And you'll always know what your next step is. And it's easier to get feedback from colleagues or from an advisor or a coach when you've got a game plan to go by. And lastly, misconception number 8. We as healing practitioners have got to forgive ourselves and our clients. It's a great and a fair statement that we all, in getting to whatever success that we deem as success, that we fail our way to success. Every time that we make a mistake, we forgive ourselves and we keep moving on, and we fail our way to the next level of success. And we forgive our clients. Using forgiveness in our business and our relations with our clients will build an understanding of a human factor of making mistakes on the path to our success. I hope that was good stuff to you. This and more stuff is going to be coming soon, so I hope you enjoy it. Please go to thewellnessschool.com and grab a course, download a podcast, or just look at some of the other material, because we put this site here for you. Okay? Thank you very much.